Hello third year students. Today we are going to start a new lecture in romantic poetry about the Lucy poems by William Wordsworth, and we already are familiar with the fact that Wordsworth is one of the pioneers of the romantic poetry, let's say romantic poetry in English literature, alongside his friend Coleridge. Both of them were the pioneers of this movement, and part of the poetry of William Wordsworth consists of a group of poems which were called by later critics as the Lucy poems. Actually, Wordsworth didn't group them and say that these are the Lucy poems, but since there is a character which is common between these poems, which is the character of Lucy, so these poems are known in literature as the Lucy poems. So today we are going to study 3 of them and analyze them and see what are the common features about the character of Lucy and how they reflect the features that we already studied about the romantic poetry. So there is something that we need to know first about Wordsworth's poetry. What is poetry for him? And if we can call it a theory, what is his theory concerning poetry? Wordsworth indeed has an interesting theory about writing poetry. He believes that all genuine poetry, of course, this information is taken from Lyrical Ballads. This is a book that he has written with his friend Coleridge, and in the preface, we can say the introduction to this book, he tried to give a kind of theory for writing poetry. What do you need to write good poetry or genuine poetry? So he believes that genuine poetry stemmed from remembering emotions from a time of tranquility. Tranquility means quietude, calmness. So as a poet, you have certain experiences, you for example have certain memories from the past about certain things that happened to you, maybe experiences, and then you start to remember the feelings, you start to remember these emotions that you had back then, and you start writing about them. And it is important that you reminisce about these memories in a moment of quietude and tranquility. So it is memory that allows Wordsworth to retrace the growth of his own moral and artistic self. And it is both the content and the process of memory that gives his poetry its life, beauty, and power. So it's very important that you live